For this project, we're looking at artist Alexander Calder, particularly his artwork that he did of a fish. Calder liked to call his sculptures, or mobiles, which is meaning a sculpture that moves, he liked to call them four-dimensional drawings because they were 3D in the way that they stuck up and they weren't flat on a piece of paper, but they still looked like a two-dimensional drawing. So with his fish artwork, we're going to pay close attention to the shapes that you see inside each piece of wire. He used found objects, so you can see glass, you can see pieces of plastic and pieces of wire, and we're going to be drawing geometric shapes in place of those pieces of glass and other various items. To get started, you need any kind of piece of paper. This is just a piece of computer paper, and we're going to hold it landscape ways. That means the long ways. So first I'm going to start with a triangle for the fish's fin, and I'm going to draw it all the way over to the left of my paper so that way I have room for the rest of my fish. Then I'm making an arc that goes all the way up to the top of my paper. At the end of that arc is a V for my fish's mouth, and then the bottom is just a line that connects. And friends, if this goes too fast, you can always pause the video to catch up. I drew a circle for my fish's eye, and now I'm outlining that with a black crayon. If you have a black marker or a Sharpie marker, you can use that as well. The next thing I need to do is divide my shape, or my fish, into different shapes. So if we remember looking at Alexander Calder's sculpture, he had wires that divided the fish into little areas, and in those areas were all of his found objects. So I'm pretending like my black lines are the wire. So I'm drawing some that come down, and then I'm connecting them with a zigzag or triangle-like line. Now friends, you can use your own creativity to divide up your fish. We just need spaces made by our black crayon where shapes can fit, because we're going to focus on geometric shapes to fill our fish. So now I'm looking at the middle, I'm seeing how I can divide that up while still leaving enough space. And if some of your spaces seem to be too small, that's okay. There might be a couple in there that are too small to fit shapes, and that's just fine. If you would rather use your pencil first, if you want to be able to erase if you mess up, you can use a pencil as well to do this, and then just outline it with your black crayon. Then I'm going to divide my tail into different areas, and then adding a pupil to my fish's eye. Now I'm going to start filling in my blank spaces with different geometric shapes. In a few seconds, an image will pop up in this video that has a bunch of geometric shapes that you can use for inspiration. Now what I like to do, and this is just my personal preference, I like outlining in a darker color and filling in with a lighter color, but you can use any colors that you like. I'm using crayons still. If you have markers, you may use markers for this as well, but I'm drawing different geometric shapes. Geometric shapes are the ones that we have names for, like diamond, square, circle, oval, parallelogram, rhombus, hexagon, triangle, if I haven't said that yet. So we're filling those up with all different kinds of shapes, with all different kinds of colors. You can choose to go with a color scheme, so you can think maybe just the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. You can do just your favorite colors. You can do secondary colors, which are orange, purple, and green. It's up to you. I want you to use your creativity to make your fish unique. Your fish should not look just like mine. You can also use these geometric shapes as inspiration for your fish. So here's my fish when I'm almost all done. I'm finishing up doing those spaces with all different colors and all different geometric shapes. And what I'm going to start thinking about next is the background for my fish. I'm going to leave the spaces around my geometric shapes white, but my background, you can see right now it's a blank white piece of paper. So I'm going to fill in my background in a creative way. I'm going to use cool colored markers to make bubbles, so I'm using blue, green, and purple, but you can use your imagination, your creativity, and what supplies you have at home to fill in your background. Remember friends, turn this in on Flipgrid when you're done.